So we're going to do like a quick little recap of what we've read so far so that we're all on the same page. The details of the Bible are really important. That's why I read it word for word in my playlist. But basically, so that we're on the same page. In chapter 1 of Genesis, God created the heavens and the earth and all the creatures day by day, right? So in chapter 2, the heavens and the earth were complete. In chapter 2, verse 7, the Lord formed man from the dust of the ground, and then he breathed the breath of life into his nostrils. Chapter 2, verse 15, the Lord put Adam in the Garden of Eden for him to keep it. Chapter 2, verse 16 and 17, the Lord God commanded Adam to not eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Chapter 2, verse 19 and 20, the Lord God brought all the animals and creatures and fowl of the air to Adam for him to name them. Chapter 2, verse 21, the Lord God did what we would consider surgery by taking out one of Adam's ribs and then closing up the flesh. Then chapter 2, verse 22, God did the Lord God stuff and made woman out of the rib that he took out of Adam in 21. Chapter 2, verse 25, we see Adam and Eve were naked and not ashamed. Chapter 3, verse 1, the serpent asked the woman if God, not the Lord God, but if God has said that she can't eat of every tree. Chapter 3, verse 2 through 5, Eve continues to converse with the serpent until verse 6, where the serpent actually convinced Eve to eat from the tree, and she also gave to her husband Adam, who ate also. Chapter 3, verse 7 and 8, their eyes were opened and they knew they were naked. Chapter 3, verse 9 through 12, God is talking with Adam about his disobedience. Verses 13 through 19, God is talking with Adam, Eve, and the serpent about their punishment. Genesis chapter 3, verse 22 through 24, God sent man out of the Garden of Eden so that he wouldn't eat from the tree of life and live forever. Genesis chapter 4, verse 1 and 2, Cain and Abel are born to Adam and Eve. Genesis chapter 4, verses 3 through 5, we see Cain and Abel bring their offerings to the Lord, and Cain's offering was not respected and Abel's was. Genesis chapter 4, verse 8 and 9, we see Cain kill Abel, and then when the Lord God comes to ask Cain where Abel is, he says, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? So then he lies. Genesis chapter 4, verse 10 through 15, God and Cain are talking about Cain's punishment. Genesis chapter 4, verse 25, Adam and Eve have another son and name him Seth. In Genesis 5, we read about the generations of Adam and how long each person lived, all the way to Noah and his 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. In Genesis 6, verse 4, we learned that the sons of God were coming into the daughters of men, and there were giants on the earth at this time. In Genesis 6 through 22, we see that God is repenting that he made man. There's nothing but violence on the earth, and Noah found grace in God's eyes. So God gave Noah the dimensions for an ark and directions on who could come on the ark, including animals.